First of all, apologies for coming in a little late. I had a very important meeting, and after that, as soon as I got free, I thought, let's get started with evening Dugout show where we get to meet all of you, interact, talk cricket, and the weekend's been rather lazy because these guys have not done a dugout because they say nothing is happening in the world of cricket. Whereas all I've been seeing is like so many things happening. We're in the middle of an India versus England series, a test series, but that's kind of gone on a bit of a snooze because of big gap. India's already won the series. Not much coming out of there apart from the fact that certain players have already reached Dharamshala and enjoying the cold weather there. But news from the IPL is keeping all of us busy. Lots coming in from the IPL and lots to discuss. This is our third time trying for putting the IPL team together. I hope third time is the charm for us. Every time we've tried to do it, we've been caught up with various other debates and could not really put down our 11. Hopefully today we'll be able to do it. In case we can't, then tomorrow is another day. Who knows? We could do it.
It's not happening tomorrow for sure. See, now we're building up to the fifth test. You already have now, things coming in from the English camp. They've had a presser. They're having a good time in Dharamsala now. The team went jogging around in the hills. So we'll now get caught up with the test match. So then again, after the test match is over,
IPL, we have time.
Yeah, then there's plenty of time for IPL talk.
I have to just point out that I have not been here the last 2 times we've tried this. Maybe that's what was needed. That's why in case any of
piece of the puzzle.
So in case any of
he was.
He
so
was.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, that wasn't my implication. Just pointing out that I wasn't there.
Talking about the IPL, I see a Facebook post from MS Dhoni.
Rare Facebook post.
Yeah, because sometimes it's Insta, but sometimes it's Twitter.
Facebook?
It's put on, which is rare.
Insta post is usually retirement.
Twitter also? No, that was Insta.
Insta?
Yeah.
He has said, this is straight off the press. Can't wait for the new season and the new role. Stay tuned.
Role? It's in quotation?
No, yeah, and it's not role as in ROLL. So you're thinking he's advertising for some cream roll brand or something. Not
Which he's done in the past.
This is a role. ROLE, new role. Stay tuned. What could this be?
Some new advertising gimmick? We've seen it happen before.
How are you sure that this is advertising? How are you not convinced that maybe there is some new role?
Very uncharacteristic of Dhoni to firstly put something
Yeah,
on
he
social
doesn't tease.
media.
He always catches you by surprise.
And he's anyway said, but it's again being touted as his swan song season. He had that, exchange, let's say, at one of the post-match pressers also. He said it'd be unfair if I was to just go without saying goodbye to the Chepauk faithful. So you know that you don't expect, let's say, the change of the role, which many will speculate.
Like from captain to coach type of.
Captain?
Mentor.
A mentor.
Mentor.
I think the coach for life will be Stephen Fleming. At this point, as a for life role.
Not when MS wants to take over.
But MS will be, I think, more happy being a mentor.
Okay, be a coach whilst being a mentor.
Yeah. Coach in effect, but not on paper.
But I kind of agree, like if it was really a genuine role change, he would not put it out here on social media. It would have come through the team or something like that. They would have put out a statement and you would have known. If MS has put it on his personal handle, it is definitely an ad that's coming up. Much like Oreo during the World Cup.
2022.
Yeah.
What was that? Baat nahi karni hai, something like that. Na? There was one where you don't talk about it. It was the World Cup, 50 over World Cup. He says, I don't want to talk about it. You'll jinx it. And something like that. That was the Oreo campaign.
It also had to do with, again, he was, I think, drawing parallels to 2011 where you sum up the entire thing was an even number. He said even year, this and that. I think it was something on those lines.
But it was, baat nahi karunga, something like that. It was. Mat bolo.
There we go.
Mat bolo or something. This will be some role, will be some other role. Chicken kathi roll type. Some role. Because there's no way, I agree. There's no way that he put this on social media and change it. So, no breaking news coming from there. That much we can be rest assured. Definitely not.
There was some breaking news earlier in the day though from another camp, not too far away, let's say from Chennai. And that was from Hyderabad though. and a change of role over there for Aiden Markram. He is no longer the captain of the side.
I am going to take out my tweet from that time. As soon as they had bought Pat Cummins, I had said that they've probably bought him to make him captain. That was quite understood at that time because they had Aiden Markram for that one season, which really didn't pan out the way they would have wanted it to. And at that time only, it was pretty obvious that they were in the market hunting
for a captain.
That I'm 100% sure.
It's funny though, because I mean, this is the same Aiden Markram. I know he finished last in the IPL.
2 titles.
No,
back to back.
He won back-to-back titles with the same franchise in South Africa. And you know what's the real irony? The Sunrisers Eastern Cape are a settled unit. That's the biggest irony of it all.
And SRH is
anything but settled. So, do you give them a settled unit and a good captain in Aiden Markram, which he is, and he can do something.
But I agree, a lot of people will point out this, that they won 2 titles, but different team, different settings, maybe for the IPL.
A different team for sure, but again, the one thing which I pointed out as the main difference is that they built a core team smartly and kept it intact. With SRH, otherwise, every year is reset. How do you expect anyone to be succeeding in those sort of circumstances?
Punjab and SRH are guilty of making the same offense, let's say, which is again breaking the same thing and again trying to fix it all over again. So,
and that's why they are where they are. But okay, so while I'm not so convinced by this argument that 2 titles, that's in a different league. The only thing that does surprise me with Pat Cummins' announcement is that the man has not enough T20 experience as a captain. This is a person who may struggle to make it to the 11 on occasions. Now just look at it again. You're making someone a captain who's not necessarily always a starter. We know Pat Cummins hasn't had a great IPL all the time. Yes. He goes for plenty of runs. His batting, yes, he's had a good knock or 2, but really that's once in a blue moon sort of a situation where he's called into action.
14 ball 50.
Yeah, and then he gets that job done. So the batter is not what you require. The bowler has gone for plenty of runs whenever he's played. So I'm not sure whether it's a choice because you look at the foreign players that they got. They got Markram, they got a Klaassen, they've got a Marco Jansen, they got a Hasaranga now.
Travis Head.
They got a Travis Head. There's 5 I've counted, and Cummins is the 6th guy. So if I was to make an 11, I on occasions would have been tempted to leave Cummins out if he's not had, let's say, if he doesn't start off well, goes for a few runs. See, right now you'll put someone like a Marco Jansen out, quite possibly, right? Or maybe a Klaassen out. What would you do? You'll play a Markram, you will play a Cummins, you will have to play a Hasaranga for the role that he gives. And then, you go with a Head, probably, I don't know. So there could be occasions where it would have been a choice between a Jansen or a Cummins. And if he was not captain and if he did not have a good time, I may have been tempted to go with someone like a Marco Jansen who can be good. You know, he's had good returns in the IPL with that bounce and certain conditions, but you'll have to play. So that's what surprises me, that you made a captain who may not necessarily all the time be an ideal first team player, especially if he's not started off well.
I just did not understand a lot of their purchases, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Because if you look at their foreign players, that wasn't really the problem. Yet they've gone for a whole reset whilst retaining the foreign players who were guaranteed starters the last time around. Markram, Klaassen, Jansen, these guys should be starting eyes closed. Eyes closed, they need to be starting. Yet there's a good chance that at most only Klaassen's a guaranteed starter from that lot. Because otherwise Hasaranga, Head, Cummins, and now Cummins is captain, you have to be playing him. There's no guarantee Jansen plays. That's the funny part.
That's what I'm saying. That's what surprised me. Thank you, Pawan, for taking out the tweet where I had put that SRH may not have paid 20 crore for Pat Cummins, the bowling all-rounder. They may have paid 20 crore for Pat Cummins, the bowling all-rounder, plus their new captain. At that time, you knew that, because when they were going that much, you knew that that's not the value that Pat Cummins brings as a bowling all-rounder. 20.5 crore is not what they're paying for. So if you were paying attention to our coverage during the IPL auction, you would have realized at that time we called it that this is their new captain.
Also, this was exactly a month after he'd completed the set.
Yeah.
Exactly a month after that. So, and this time, now globally, Pat Cummins isn't just perceived as somebody who's good with the ball and is handy with the bat, But you're looking at Pat Cummins, the skipper. Remember, the guns were out during the Ashes as well, and at times, in the World Cup as well. Remember, they didn't have an ideal start, let's say, to the World Cup campaign. The daggers were out as far as Captain Cummins is concerned. But now you're looking at him as a reformed and the resurgence of him as a captain, let's say.
But if he has to be, there's been doubts over his Test captaincy, but at least he got the job.
Yes.
There were doubts over his ODI captaincy. He got the job, did it well. He overcame those doubts. He's not even Australia's T20I captain.
He can't be.
He's Mitchell Marsh. It's Mitchell Marsh.
Yeah, why I'm saying, because in both those instances, whether it's Test
ODIs
or
or Test.
close your eyes, he's part of your team.
Yeah. In T20s, he's not.
Yeah, not necessarily. So in ODI, in Test, Pat Cummins will play. Whether you make him captain or not, he's starting, right? For sure. And then you thought, okay, now with an extension, and he's been very good as a captain, agreed. But at least he first makes the team. Here, him making the team itself is dicey. So you block that one slot for him. I'm saying, okay, even if he was not captain, let's say Amakram was captain, I'm sure he would have started with a Cummins to begin with. Maybe he would have picked a team in a way. But 2-3 bad games, he is droppable in that sense, and you could have gone to a Janssen or whoever else you could. Yeah. But now, with him being the captain, you can't. So that is baffling for me as far as SRH is concerned. What's not baffling is the other bit of news that's come from the IPL pertaining to
KL Rahul, set to be fit for the IPL.
I told you.
Amazing.
If you were watching our dugout that day, I asked you 3-4 times. Siddharth said, I'm not 100% sure that he's going to be fit.
You and I said the same thing. Yeah.
You were not sure.
I was also not sure. So it really begs the question. He flew to London.
Not sure.
Yeah.
You and all people were not sure that he'd be fit in time.
What did he fly to London for?
Just to check.
A little bit of inflammation.
No,
I love that.
No, they check up. There are some better experts there. So just to check up that hopefully none of those things really come back while you're playing the IPL. Can't be. You never.
Or the 5th Test match.
He's not playing the 5th Test.
That's what I'm saying. But he went before the announcement happened, right?
But my point is, if he's come back, can he be now included?
No, because he's not been given the fit to play certificate.
Exactly. Also,
he's back at the NCA.
Also,
not
maybe the
NCA.
opinion.
So how much time does it take for NCA to give that fit certificate? Still time. Give it to him tonight.
You can actually, if you give it to him in a couple of days, he should.
But recoveries take time, right?
Is it happening?
No.
Maybe what the expert over there in London, he
said
that okay,
expert has said that recovery will
2 weeks
happen exactly after the 5th Test gets over and before the IPL starts.
2 weeks.
Is that what he said?
Nice coincidence.
Coincidence. It's a funny world.
I don't buy that, my friend. Don't buy that. But it doesn't surprise me. I'd said it. You go check out our dugout. We had a big debate, and both Shayne and Siddharth insisted that no, the injury is serious and may not be fit in IPL. I had, not even punted. Said it with clear confidence, with a clear mind.
In the middle order, he's playing then.
And now, as the report suggests, that he is definitely playing the IPL with the T20 World Cup in mind.
Which means he has to play in the middle order.
But they haven't said anything on that. I don't know the franchise.
I don't know.
Reports have emerged that he's made it clear that he wants to play in the middle order.
Would the team allow him?
Evan Lewis will need a new
partner. That's why. Yeah. Maybe that's why he'll be allowed.
If Gautam Gambhir was there, would he have allowed him to?
Not a chance.
I don't think so.
Not a chance.
Knowing Gambhir, he wouldn't have allowed this.
This is the same Gambhir who's on record saying that IPL is probably the most serious form of cricket after international. So
and Saurav Ganguly also just adding how big a tournament is, difficult than the World Cup at times.
Yeah.
We'll see. But one thing is for sure, he has his eye on the T20 World Cup, which is right completely.
Yeah.
He's been in good form in ODI and Test. Wants to translate it into T20. No harm in him punting for that as well. At the moment, you have Jitesh, who's your number 1 T20 wicketkeeper. The backup has been, different ones. Sanju Samson was the last backup that you had. Ishan Kishan, we don't know whether his Vanvas is going to be over or not, whether he'll be considered or not, we don't know. Then there is now the young kid who everyone is loving, Dhruv Jurel, who will also be playing the IPL. He's had good numbers in Test cricket, and I'm not saying pick him basis that, but he will be playing the IPL. He's already played a cameo or 2 in the IPL. So if he has a good IPL, I'm sure he'll be that one name that you'll at least bring about in the discussions. Don't know whether he gets picked or not. So that's going to be a tough competition. There is a Rishabh Pant to watch out for. We know that he's playing the IPL for sure. A lot of games at that. Whether he's keeping or not is not sure. But if he does towards the end of the IPL start keeping as well and is in good form with the bat, who knows? So That's one slot which is going to be very tough. You bat in the middle order, top order, bottom order, wherever, it ain't going to be easy.
Yeah.
Not easy. Oh, we'll find out.
There's a lot of competition for that one spot.
We'll
We discounted Sanju Samson, who's probably the second
No,
choice
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Ah.
You just did a Harjit.
I had my coffee today.
I'll
He
blame
sings
my
on the
head
ball.
cold. I'll blame my head cold.
He sings on the ball. He's not partied too much during the weekend.
Parties are stopped now.
Very good. Because those parties
The
would
party-
mean Harjit would come half asleep to dugouts.
After gym workouts.
Those have also they've shifted to the night now.
He's feeling fresh. He's clued in. He's on the ball. It's happening for him. By
Party
making
starts
a
on the
few slight lifestyle changes.
The real party starts on the 22nd. That's what we're all waiting for.
Of course. Of course. Our good friend Shashwat, for those of you who watch Sports Today regularly, he had a minor mishap. So he's gone through a surgery. So do send in your love to him.
Yeah.
If you put it out in your comments as well, we'll get him to read it. He'll feel nice. So he's had to go through a bit of a surgery on his leg. And while we are all waiting for IPL to start, he may not be here during the IPL. So we'll miss his energy. I'll miss someone that I can scold in the session.
I for once thought there'd be another DC supporter, let's say, on the panel. That's not going to be the case.
Yes.
Maybe, while he watches, he'll be messaging like he usually does. On his off days, when, he'd not be here,
He's checking also.
he'd message, I told you this would happen. I told you Shreyas would be picked. I told you this would happen.
He's that's what we have mentioned. He will say 500 things and 499 will be wrong.
Like GGK.
499 will be wrong. And then that one out of the 500 which is accurate, he will not stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Never mind the 499 that have been.
He'll gloat about it the entire week.
Yeah, 499 things he said wrong. Anyway, so are we going to pick the team today?
Let's do it.
Is today that opportune day?
Okay, let's do it then. Guys, join us as we get down to picking our dream IPL 11. It's been pending for a long time. We tried to attempt it earlier, but just could not happen. What we're going to do, I'm going to set the rules straight. Each of us have picked our own team, and one by one we'll have those teams come up and we'll debate over them, and where we'll point out where we think one of us may have faltered and why he should look at somebody else. And maybe they want to change their minds, maybe they may not. And eventually, if we have time at the end, which we should, we'll try and make the Sports Today 11. That will be a common consensus 11. Right now, first our own 11, and then we'll get to the one that we'll sit together and decide. And what we're going to do is, we're going to be kind to the people that are not there. Siddharth, our colleague, enjoying a weekend off.
It is Saturday.
This Saturday, and yet he complains, all my life is home and office, home and office, home and office.
So let's go to Siddharth first, and then we'll have to be kind because he's not here to defend himself. So whatever choice he's made.
Yeah, I did have a few off-cam discussions with him, so maybe in his absence I'll project those thoughts if need be.
Okay,
But,
let's get down to business then.
So Siddharth's 11 we're looking at first.
Yeah.
It's on your screen, in fact.
Let's go. Can you cut it on screen, please? Okay, Pawan has done that. His 11. We'll look at it one by one. Okay, let's go with the batting order. Let's start with the openers. David Warner, Chris Gale. I cannot argue over David Warner. Numbers are outstanding for him. Okay, one of the standout performers, the third highest run getter in IPL history. But even better so than the two that sit on top of him in total runs in Dhawan and Kohli because of his average. So he's played far few games compared to a Dhawan and Kohli that sit above him, and yet has phenomenal numbers and a phenomenal strike rate, if I might add, at 140. Incredible numbers. 140 strike rate, an average of almost 42, third highest run getter. It's tough to look past him, so I have no problems with Sid selecting a David Warner there.
I have no problems with him selecting a Chris Gale either.
You have no problem with Chris Gale.
Also to add to...
Gale, the 8th highest run getter.
Just to add to Warner's credentials, if in case nobody has him in the team, just saying Warner, and for those in the comments who disagree, let's say with us, David Warner, remember, has won an IPL title, was the captain of the team as well, second highest run scorer that freak season when Virat scored a 973. He's the second highest with about 848 runs.
Okay, got that. That's fair. Now, the other thing that we have to do, and which is what makes making this team very tough, as I realized when I was making it, is that you have to restrict yourself to 4 foreigners.
Correct.
If that wasn't the case, I think 11s would have been much easier, and all of us would have agreed on the 11s rather easily. The problem is that you can only fit in 4 foreigners, have made picking these 11s very tough. And just to add, and just to give you a teaser, as Harjit said, for those of you who don't have David Warner in your team, for them he came up with a thing. I don't.
Neither do I actually.
And I'll get to the reasons why. I have just said in favor of David Warner, outstanding numbers, but I don't have him, and I'll get to the reasons when we come to our team. So he's gone with a David Warner, and he's gone with a Chris Gale. I think even with the Chris Gale, not a lot of you can argue.
See, his numbers probably aren't that high, but where he really comes in is impact. When he scored big runs, 99% of the time that team would win.
Yeah.
Yes.
The impact he had, and he was a T20 player before T20s were a thing. Impossible.
Even numbers, let's say, again, I think with Chris Gale, longevity perhaps was the issue, and he was caught in the wrong franchise or
Multiple times.
Franchises, exactly, sure, as I should be saying. But look at his strike rate. If you look at, let's say, the first 8-10, I think he features at number 8 in the all-time. His strike rate is one of the very best at 148. He's doing it better than Virat, he's doing it better than Rohit, he's doing it better, not sure, he's doing it better than Warner as well, ABD, slightly ahead of him. So his numbers as well, and for the impact, let's say, just let's say standard in the wrong franchise.
Every single time.
But revolutionize the game, revolutionize the league, whatnot. So Chris Gale.
Okay, so those are the 2 openers, those are the 2 foreigners. Okay. Then comes Virat Kohli at number 3. I don't think anyone will have an argument with that. The only thing that I will argue for that is the fact that I would have had Kohli as an opener because his numbers as an opener are better than Virat Kohli at number 3.
Correct.
That's why. But
they nearly average out, don't they? It's not a big gulf.
No, there is a bit of a gap. But I mean, I'd rather put someone who's better in that position.
Okay.
Having said that, that's not written in stone because you have to balance your team. And if I was making a team and I did have the luxury of having both David Warner and Chris Gale as Siddharth has, then I may also play Kohli at 3. That's not a problem.
Okay.
We'll get to when we make the team for everyone else who may not have had these guys. But it's at the moment no issues with Siddharth's 11. I think nobody can argue. He's going on the right track. Suresh Raina at number 4. I don't think anyone can argue. Mr. IPL himself, outstanding numbers, especially at that position. He's got Kieron Pollard. I cannot argue on that. MS Dhoni as the wicketkeeper batter. I'm going with everyone else. Can't argue. Amit Mishra is an interesting one.
I can argue.
I can argue again. Amit Mishra, again, until very recently, was the 2nd highest wicket taker and whatnot. I think even now he's the 3rd highest. He's the 4th highest.
4th highest, that's what I'm saying.
Chawla,
there's a Piyush Chawla ahead of him, there's a Yuzvendra Chahal ahead of him, and Chahal has played far less matches.
Yes.
Why would he not go with a Chahal?
I don't understand.
I remember having this conversation with him. His debate, I think, was centered around the fact because it baffled me, Amit Mishra. Again, I knew he was one of the top wicket takers. He said that, he's bowled to the likes of a Gale. He's bowled, let's say, for over a decade, and he's done it, let's say, to much more competitive attacking players at times, he feels. That was his argument.
I disagree with that one.
Okay, so what happens is if you look at that 11 and if you see most of the players that he's picked, you're not going to have an issue. So what we're going to debate is the big misses that he's had and where he's faltered in his 11. So if you look at that 11, okay, even if you went with an Amit Mishra, some might go with an Amit Mishra, somebody with a Piyush Chawla, whatever. He's got a Jadeja, Bhuvneshwar, though I agree with you that if you're picking a leggy, then I will go simply with the one that has had more impact. And in IPL's case, both Piyush Chawla as well as a UZ Chahal have had more impact and better numbers. So why would you not pick that? Anyway, that's his pick. Jadeja comes there. Yes,
fair.
A lot of people will have. I haven't put him in my team, and I'll tell you why. Bhuvneshwar Kumar comes there. Jasprit Bumrah comes there. Lasith Malinga. No issues.
I'm surprised with the inclusion of Bhuvi.
Same.
No, but Bhuvi, not bad numbers. 7th highest wicket taker overall. He's got a good,
Yeah, but Bhuvi had one good spell. That's really the
Again,
extent
those
of it.
16, 17, those years.
Yeah, 16, 17, 18,
those
but
years.
beyond that, very middling at times. So that's why I'm surprised. There's nothing against Bhuvneshwar. Great bowler. Even if we're looking at IPL, definitely had an impact. But
and also, I take into consideration the last few years as well, where he's gotten leaky towards the end again. Maybe the death bowler.
19th over.
Exactly. Again, that was mostly a thing with the Indian team where.
And with SRH also.
With SRH also, again, the fact that he became leaky over the last couple of years, and yeah, for that reason, I have my doubts over the inclusion of
last two,
Bhuvi as
no
well.
doubts.
Okay, so I'll now tell you the big misses, big misses that he's had. I can't make an IPL all-time 11 without an AB de Villiers. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I know maybe
I
you
can.
guys
I
are-
did.
I would not.
I didn't
AB
either.
de Villiers numbers are absolutely mind-boggling. Mind-boggling numbers.
But again,
He
it's
No, but-
down to the fact that you have got 4 slots only.
What that? So then,
How do you balance those out?
So I'm saying when there is a, is there another middle order batter
Yes.
that even comes close to an AB de Villiers? I don't think so. The only one, and you need multiple middle order batters. The only one probably would have been a Suresh Raina, which you would anyway put in your team.
Correct.
But you need multiple batters. His numbers are absolutely incredible for where he batted. Averages 40.
At batting at
4,
5.
5, 6, wherever he's batted. Averaging 40 and a strike rate of 152. 152 strike rate. These are phenomenal numbers for T20. If I was making a T20 IPL all-time team, I cannot not have an AB de Villiers. I may sacrifice on a few other players. When I get to my team, I'll tell you why I've had to sacrifice, because overall most of the teams that you'll pick will be all legends in their own right, so it look okay. But the misses will actually tell you where you faltered. ABD, I can't think of a team without ABD. The only criticism that may go against an ABD is
No
that
title.
he didn't win a title.
Yeah.
But then a lot of them, same for Virat Kohli. But
Same with Amit Mishra. No, Amit Mishra has won a title, if I'm not mistaken.
With which franchise? No, I don't think so.
Oh no, actually you're right. He's
Yeah.
not won a title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could, but again, I'm not holding that because it's a team game, and you happen to be in a particular team that's not won a title. That's okay. Chris Gayle, has he won it?
No.
No.
Exactly.
No.
So that's why
Impact, but again,
yeah.
you're taking-
But so then I'm going with an ABD Impact. Batting at that position, an opener, even if you look at a Chris Gayle, who is an opener at a strike rate of 149,
Yeah.
this
He's
guy's
good.
at 152, batting where he is batting. It's just next level.
I
Next
think
level
in
performance.
India's Mr. 360, you have the alternative. Because again, it's all about slots. I can't look past, let's say, the 2 openers that he's also gone with, because those are also the openers
No,
that
I-
I've gone with as well. And I
that's-
think,
that's where-
and I think,
But I'll tell you, we'll get to when we discuss the openers. I've gone with different openers because the openers that I've found, while I agree that Warner Gale would have been my first choice, the openers that I've found are just slightly behind a Warner and a Gale. Just slightly behind a Warner and a Gale. But I can't see anybody else really be slightly behind an AB de Villiers. AB de Villiers is so far ahead of everyone. That's a big miss. The other big miss he has is Rashid. I can't think of any bowler who's had more impact than a Rashid Khan.
I haven't included him in my 11.
I
either.
can't
You
think
have?
of a bowler.
I haven't.
I can't think of a bowler. Think of any, even, can I be honest, not even a Lasith Malinga, even though he's a fast bowler, has had the impact like a Rashid Khan has. And it's just, from the naked eye. What is a dream team? If I'm sitting to make a team, I have to get the best bowler. And if I'm writing the best bowler in my mind to have played the IPL, the first name is Rashid Khan. He has still not reached the top numbers in terms of wickets and all because of how late he started. By the time he finishes, he's going to be there. But even if you look at it now, the impact that he's had, he's also won IPL title, so he's there. Just the impact that he has had. He's won 2. Was he part of SRH?
No.
he won
17. He's won 1.
Okay, with the GT.
with
Yeah.
GT.
Yeah. So the impact that he's had, and like if I'm the captain, I'm making a dream team. Eyes closed. First bowler I want is Rashid. I'll get him. Then I'll think, आगे क्या करना है? So that's another big miss that he does not have. He does not have Hardik Pandya either, which I can understand. You could or you could not. I've gone with him because it gives me balance, and I was looking for that balance. He is also an IPL winning captain, has won multiple IPL titles with Mumbai and Hardik, and offers a role which is very rare.
For an Indian, that is.
Yes, and is an Indian, so easy to fit him. So I see some big misses there, but
But it'll be interesting. You've gone with the pacer less or?
when I get
We will
Well,
see.
you're next, I think.
Yeah.
In the words of
Whatever.
Goldberg.
and
So
we love your comments as well.
Siddharth's misses, you're saying, could ABD,
Rashid,
Rashid,
AB are 2 big misses. He's missed out on Hardik also, which is okay.
Narayan maybe?
Narayan, I thought of, but when I was looking at my balance, as I said, I could have either gone with a
Narayan or a Rashid.
But
Yeah.
I thought Rashid is impact.
Yeah.
While Narendra has been good, he would have been my second choice to go with as a foreign spinner. But I think just the crazy amount of impact that Rashid has had in such a short span, slightly I'm giving him edge. And I know people might talk about Narendra's batting, but Rashid the batter is not bad.
Is no mug.
He could kill it. So so I've gone with that. Okay, next up, who are we going with? Harshit. Come on, Harshit. You've got the same openers.
In fact, no, because
same top 3.
It is in fact mine's. I think what 9 of the 11 players, 8 of the 11 players are the same as Siddharth's. I think there's only 3 differences between his team and mine that I see. But anyhow, I'll talk you through my 11. Same openers as that of Siddharth, same number 3 as well in Virat Kohli. Number 4, and that's where I think where the debate is. I've gone with Surya ahead of ABD because slots was an issue, and I've got numbers, let's say, to justify why I have a Surya.
Can I be honest? Surya, absolutely love him. He's very good. But this is a late surge by Surya.
Exactly.
So do not, you're having a recency bias. The Surya, the last 2-3 season is a completely different Surya. We're picking an all-time 11.
Yeah.
Surya has played far more many seasons. See the impact. You compare an ABD, the whole range of impact vis-a-vis 2 or 3 outstanding seasons. Can't be compared.
Agreed. I'm basing, let's say, and which is where, let's say, the number game also comes in, because we talked about ABD strike rate, which was about 140, you said?
152.
152. You're looking at Surya's, you look at last 4 years, in fact, you look at last 4 years, it is in excess of 143, with one of them going to 181 as well.
But that's one off, no?
I'm just saying,
if I pick one,
but
that's
again,
overall.
Agreed.
Overall, you're picking all-time team.
And
it can't just be based on, I'll cherry pick.
If I
cherry pick, then that way to Bhuvaneshwar in that season, one season alone should come in.
Again.
But you made the valid point that was for a brief fight. You have to see.
So I am looking at
impact.
I was again, because overseas slots
that
was an
way
issue.
One season is there.
The next best alternative to an ABD, that particular slot, which
there is no Maxwell either. But the thing
Maxwell's more misses than hits.
Inconsistency, I agree. But then the same thing when I'm saying
it's not more misses. Again, Surya Kumar Yadav, again, he's been owning the IPL for the last 4 or 5 years.
No, sir.
4 years, you can have a look at his numbers. I'll tell you, 1 second. You look at his last
4 or 5 years.
You look at 23, strike rate of 181. The year before that, 145. Prior to that, 143. Again 145, and then 130, and 130 is 2019.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's my strike rate. How many performances he had? How many runs did he get?
And he's won titles also along the way.
I know
so
he
if
won
I'm looking
the
at titles
with KKR, but was he the guy who was instrumental?
Not then, but again, because I had to look at, again, overseas source was an issue, so I had to look at the next best alternative. And if I'm looking at, let's say, Surya Kumar Yadav, again, career strike rate is what, 130 odd, if I'm not wrong. Let me just check. Yeah,
That's
143.
It's a huge difference. Man.
There is a difference. There is a difference of about 143, 152. I get the difference. But again, he's got a career ahead also. And the present numbers, it's averaging out, let's say, from the first 4 or 5 years when he was discovering himself as a T20 player. Now that he has, so I'm just looking at the fact that he's got titles, he's the next best option to ABD, and he's got the numbers to be my number 4 or Mr. 360 in my team, let's say.
Fine, Raina at 5 then, that's fair. Can't argue.
Or they can switch.
4-5.
I think ideally Raina at 4 and Surya Kumar at 5. You got MS Dhoni, no arguments there, everyone will pick. We're missing Siddharth today. But he would concede that MS in IPL undisputedly comes in. You could make an argument about MS in T20 eyes,
but not T20s.
Yeah, not T20s, not the IPL especially. And you need a captain like MS to be there. He brings in a Jadeja, interesting.
Andre Russell is a big surprise.
Yeah, it is.
Because even I've not named him.
Because Russell, again, the impact is a 2-season impact.
Yeah.
Overall. 2-season impact, and so
18 and 19. That's the extent of it.
I definitely, and you've I'm just saying, you not had a Rashid, and you put a Russell. I mean, Rashid's been.
Because
I can't think of a single season.
How many spinners? See, I've got, let's say, Raina spin. I've got Jadeja spin. I've got Chahal spin.
How about a Bravo who actually consistently consistently had great IPLs.
Yeah, but Bravo, I think he misses out with all of us because his batting numbers weren't that great.
Yeah, but
with the ball, unquestionable.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about purely all-rounders,
second highest wicket.
yeah, second highest wicket taker, and death bowler extraordinaire. But the problem was that with the bat, his impact wasn't that much.
I don't know. I wouldn't have gone with.
No, I'm not going with Russell.
Just based on 2 seasons.
The KKR superfan isn't going with Russell.
You've gone with UC Chahal. I would have picked him too.
Fair.
And Bumrah, Lasin Malinga, I think nobody's going to argue.
No.
Not even going to spend time.
No.
But I still feel a few misses here. But do let us know what you think about Harshit's 11. We'd love to know in your comments. And then get an idea who's got the best 11. And then eventually try and make our combined Sports Today 11. Now, who's up next?
Me.
It is Shayne Dias, the KKR fan. Let's see if he's got some KKR.
One.
I can see some.
Just one.
Yeah, just one.
Okay, let's go.
So Chris Gayle and Virat Kohli. That was the thing. I had to pick between 2 foreign openers. It had to be either Gayle or Warner. I could not fit both of them in.
But how have you gone with Gayle and not Warner? I'll tell you why. I would have probably gone with a Warner.
Fair, because numbers wise better. But Gayle, again, I'm just looking at impact. It was very close. It was very 50-50. Then I just went with, again, if I'm picking between 2, I couldn't pick. I'm like, okay, instinctively, if I'm making an all-time T20 or IPL 11, who am I picking? First name I heard, Gayle. I'm like, okay, I'll go with Gayle. Very close. Not a lot to pick there. I'll go with Gayle and Kohli as my openers.
Yeah.
ABD
because
at
Kohli,
3.
the opener, has been better than Kohli, the
number 3, correct.
Yeah.
ABD at 3, Raina at 4. Again, that is interchangeable depending on left hand, right hand. Where you want to bring
I like
who.
that. How can you make the team without ABD?
You need an ABD. Mr. 360 cannot not be there. Hardik Pandya, I've gone with for 2 reasons. One, rarity as an Indian pace bowling all-rounder who gives you impact. Number of titles he's won also makes a good case. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, I needed balance. I could not name a Pollard or a Russell because they wouldn't give me balance. The balance key was there, and that's why I said, okay, Indian all-rounder, Pandya, good shout. Dhoni, captain, wicketkeeper, I don't think we're arguing. Jadeja, we're not arguing. Narayan, I know, is the only arguable one.
Ahead of
yes, I picked him ahead of
Rashid. But can I tell you that I'll still buy because
legacy.
Legacy, and also it's a close call because, as I said, it's been consistently good. Narayan's been consistently good in the IPL.
He's had one bad season.
He would be my second choice after Rashid, but I agree with you that it's just perspective that's changed, but not too much of a difference. If you're going with Narayan, I would have gone with Rashid, but completely agree with that.
Then next 3 bowlers after that, no debate: Chahal, Bumrah, Malinga.
Okay, one thing we didn't do with Harshit, but I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
And probably go back. Let's look at the balance. So who are your fast bowlers? You've got a Malinga, a Bumrah, and a Hardik Pandya.
Correct.
So 3 fast bowlers.
Yeah.
I think you're a fast bowler less because you're Hardik. If you had even another part-timer, it would have been okay.
I was coming to that only because again you can't. It's not a winning team, let's say, unless Hardik guarantees you all 4 overs, which at times, let's say, given IPL history, may not always be the case.
If you had, let's say, I don't know, a Bravo or a Pollard also to do 2 overs and Hardik 2 and then 2 fast bowler and then your spinner. So
because again, I know you with Narayan, you get a bit of mystery and everything.
So
he can be an opening option as well for you. So he's that floater for you, in fact, in this team. But again, you've got 3 spinners, all of whom may not be used. And what's the whole point of having a Chahal and a Jadeja if you're not using the spin bowling then?
Chahal gives me 4 overs. Narayan and Jadeja give me 2 each. That's the way I go. Because a Jadeja doesn't need to give me 4 overs in a T20 game. Neither does a Narayan.
And can I tell you, your batting also, it's batting till
9.
6. No,
8. But all of us are batting till 8.
Go back to Harshit's. Let me just see. And Siddharth. Let's go with Siddharth. Okay, let's see. Who are the bowlers? He's got fast bowlers: Bumrah, Malinga, Bhuvaneshwar. So he's got it covered. And a Pollard. His fast bowling is sorted. His spinners are Mishra and Jadeja. Okay, that's sorted.
And let's say Raina being the 3rd.
Okay, but that Raina and IPL didn't bowl too much. We confuse it with
international
India bowler. But okay, I think his balance is fine. Let's see Harshit's. Harshit has got Malinga, Bumrah and Russell as your 3 fast bowlers. Right? You don't have another one, huh?
Exactly, same point of view.
Russell always does not give you 4.
He gives you 2.
It's subject to fitness,
But then that's a problem there. That's why I said if you, let's say, had a Pollard or someone to back up with those 2 overs, or a Bravo, or I'm just thinking of a few names, or a Hardik, then it balances. So you're also short on fast bowling. Your spinners in UZ, Chahal, Jadeja are there. Okay, 2 spinners I think should be enough. And you got a Raina. Okay, just okay. Now get to Shayne. Yeah, and I think Shayne also bit short. So in terms of balance,
Pace bowlers.
Siddharth's done better than
Because you're a
Shayne.
movie.
Yeah, he's got 3 fast bowlers straight up. Yeah, and he's got a bit of backup as well, 2 out and out. So his fast bowling is done. Yeah, so I think the rest of his team is pretty much done. Shayne's also, and I can agree why he's gone with what he's gone. Okay, let's go to my 11, and this is a very different 11 to all your 11s. I've gone with, nobody picked Rohit Sharma, I've gone with Rohit and Virat both. And I'll tell you the reason why I did it is the problem of fitting 4 foreigners was an issue. And if you ask me, ideally, if there was no restriction on foreigners, then my openers are Gale and Warner. It is. But why I've gone with a Rohit and a Virat, because Virat's opening numbers are good, and I'm seeing that the difference is not going to be too much vis-a-vis the difference in my lower order. So for example, if I did not pick a Lasith Malinga, let's say went with a Bhuvaneshwar, that's a massive difference. I want a Lasith, so I have to go with a foreigner there. I can't. Same with AB. I don't think anyone even comes close to, even though you've gone with Sky with your own logic, I don't think anyone comes even close to the impact that AB has. So I don't have a replacement for AB de Villiers and the things that he does. So I had to put him there. Okay, and which is why in my opener I'm saying why I picked Rohit and a Virat. Their numbers are pretty good. So one of them is the highest run getter in the history of the IPL, Virat Kohli, with a strike rate of 130, which is 10 short of maybe a Warner who's at 140 but got more runs. And then I've even got Rohit, who's the 4th highest run getter, also the similar strike rate that of Virat Kohli, and giving me that much run. And so these 4 are your top run getters. So I've said I would ideally want to fit a Gale and a Warner, but I'm going with them because I don't want to miss out on an AB. I definitely want an AB. I definitely want a Pollard to give me that balance, that all-rounder balance, because I need a batter, a finisher, as well as a bowler. I'm never going to leave a Rashid Khan out of any IPL team.
The only problem with this opening pair, let's say compared to the other 3 opening pairs that we've seen, is this is an opening pair that I think, hypothetically would struggle, let's say, because yes, they've got the overall numbers, and that's because of the longevity and the number of games also that they've played, but they don't give you the kind of strike rates, and they don't kind of give you the opening.
Both are 130.
You look at the others, you look at the
140 and 145.
Exactly, and better averages as well. Rohit's down to 29. You're talking
Rohit's 30. It's past 5, no? So anything plus 5.
Warner's 41.
Yeah.
Gale was also 39, but again much
as
better.
I said, my first choice would be that.
Yeah.
But would I be okay with dropping Rashid Khan and picking another Indian spinner? I could have. Let's say you guys have gone with Jadeja, right? That's what I'm saying. But I see the difference in Jadeja, the bowler, the impact, and Rashid, the bowler impact. The gulf being larger than Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma vis-a-vis. I'm saying there is a gulf. I would have also picked ideally a Warner, but for the sake of my balance, where I need 4 foreigners, I think anyone. So if Rashid is here, anyone else is that far behind. But if I do not have a Warner, the next guys are not too far behind.
But
they're
then
behind.
you look at then, let's say a Jadeja, Rashid then. Again, Rashid's more of economy, and I know that. We all know, let's say, because again, Rashid picking up wickets was something, let's say, in his nascent years in the IPL.
No, I'm saying don't look at numbers. But in a game, there can be so many games I will not bowl Jadeja full quota of 4 overs. So many games. Maybe 2. Can you think of a single game where a captain is not going to bowl all 4 overs of a session?
You
no
can't.
chance. So I'm saying if I am a captain and if I have a choice between a Rashid and a Jadeja, 10 times out of 10, I'm picking Rashid. I would have also picked between Rohit, Virat and Warner, Gale, gone with Warner, Gale. But if I'm pushed to it where I can only fit in 4 foreigners, then I'm saying, okay, I will take this. It will impact my thing, but not by that much, as much as if I was to not play Jadeja, if I was to not play Rashid and bring in Jadeja. Yeah. So I've gone with the lesser.
But I'm applying the same logic that we did, let's say, with ABD and Surya. We compared strike rates. You're looking at strike rates of Jadeja and Rashid. Rashid's at 18.68. Jadeja 23.34. Again,
that's a big difference in bowling, Harshit.
But batting again, you weren't. Again, it's 5. It's 5 points you're looking at.
I'm saying forget the number. I'm just saying forget. I am saying in terms of impact in the IPL.
He won the IPL final last year, Ravindra Jadeja.
Baba, those are cameos, no? I'm not even looking at that one knock that happened. I'm just looking at it on a macro. I'm picking the team all time.
I'm just saying that again because you've missed out on somebody because both Warner and Gale are missing, and I can't imagine, let's say, there being an IPL 11 if there's no Warner Gale.
The first thing I said was that my first choice pick would have been there.
That's what I'm saying.
But I have to balance it somewhere. No, I
Because
wish you would allow me 6. So I have to. It's my team, so I have to go with what I think is lesser of a problem. Both are problematic.
Yeah.
For me, not having AB is also problematic in your team. Yeah. For me, not having a Rashid is also problematic, and for you, me not having a Gale and a Warner is problematic. I agree, but I've gone with which I think is the lesser problem. I'm minimizing my damage. My damage is done where you restricted me with 4 foreigners. I cannot have an ideal 11. If you ask me to no restriction on foreigners, I'll put Warner, Gale, done. That's my team, easy. But now the restriction is there, so I'm going with easy.
So then there will be no Rohit. Because if you're not making Rohit open, then there's no Rohit.
Yeah, right? Of course. Then if I have Warner
and Virat then slips to 3.
Yeah, I mean I'll have to make the team again, look at the balance. But clearly my openers are those. I'm not thinking much. But if it's like 5 foreigners, then I think it differently. That's a different debate. I'm saying right now with 4 foreigners, I'm minimizing my damage of which are the best. So how I made the team is I first wrote my best 4 foreigners. Who are my best? So if I was to make a pecking order in terms of most impactful foreigners, then these 4 that I put would have been higher up, and maybe a Warner and a Gale. Maybe a Warner and a Gale would have been ahead of a Pollard, may have been, but I needed that role to be filled, because when you look at the balance of my bowling, I'll go back, when I was making the balance of my bowling, that's why I put a Pollard in. So I could have sacrificed a Pollard and put either a Warner or a Gale, but then my balance wasn't happening in terms of my fast bowlers, spinners, everything, which you've lacked at some places. You've only had 2 fast bowlers. Look at me. I've got a Lassit, I've got a Bumrah, I've got a Hardik, and I've got a Pollard. So now between them, my 3 fast bowlers are done. So between a Hardik and a Pollard, I'll get Pollard a over or 2 if Hardik's not giving me full 4 overs, and he'll do my job. And 2 out and out fast bowlers who will bowl there. 4 I've done. To get that balance. Then I also needed a finisher, and Karan Pollard I think is underrated in the times that he's finished games with the bat. Because in Mumbai you would hardly get a chance to bat, and those chances would come rarely, but he would come and finish it off.
I think there's a fair point in having, let's say, Pollard, let's say even ahead of a Russell, I feel, because again, consistently, exactly,
and won titles,
multiple titles as well. In fact, one of the finals, I think it was his 36, which completely changed the game.
And he would do it a lot of times in the league phases. Once in a while comes in, you have to finish.
Take those blinder catches.
Yeah. All of that. So I have. So my openers, that's why I Rohit and Virat, because I'm minimizing damage there. I have to fit in the 4 foreigners. Suresh Raina I think has been common in all our teams, so don't need this debate. AB I would have definitely had, because I don't find a replacement
for you him. And Shayne have, and Siddharth and I don't have ABD.
I think so.
That's the case, I believe. Yeah.
Then you got Hardik at 5, also an IPL winning captain, multiple IPL titles, and gives me that option of, being that batter who can consolidate or hit, and then being that third fast bowler that I need, out and out.
But there's a problem with Hardik at 5 then, because again
Hardik batting at 4 with GT won him the title, man.
Again, then you'll have to slip Raina will then have to come at 5 then, because Pandya has not batted lower than 4, let's say, with GT.
But Pandya in Mumbai used to bat
5-6 he would bat.
I can rotate. That's what I'm saying. He's back for Indian team. He was batting there in the T20 World Cup.
Correct.
He couldn't bat higher up than that. So that's the position he's comfortable with. 5 at Pandya, Dhoni at 6 again, common in all our teams, so no debate. Pollard there for his bowling and his batting and his finishing at 7. Rashid I was definitely going to have, because I know that there's one bowler who will choke the opposition. Nobody will dare take a risk. I can't think of a batter, maybe on 1 or 2 occasions who's taken him apart. Doesn't happen. It's a rarity. Mystic consistency. Jasprit Bumrah will definitely be there. I've gone with Yuzi Chahal and Lasith Malinga. I think Yuzi Chahal, grossly underrated, highest wicket taker.
Yeah.
Only Sid didn't go with him.
Also, let's not forget, he got most of his wickets and he built that reputation bowling
in the Chinnaswamy.
Road of a pitch, so has to be there, which is why he is leaps and bounds ahead of an Amit Mishra for everything that Amit Mishra has done to Indian cricket, and let's say in the IPL as well.
Or to an extent Piyush Chawla as well.
Piyush Chawla as well, yeah.
You could have looked at that. So that is my team. Do let us know which is the team that you most relate to. But now is the tough job. Let's do it. See, it'll be simple voting. I know 100% we're not going to agree. Right?
Not a chance.
What we're going to do is, I'll just set the ground rules. I'm waiting for, for our friend Pavan to do. Pavan, our producer, will have the casting vote. In case we are all 1-1-1, he'll have to go with one of our votes in case. If it's 2, then it's simple.
So it's
2-1.
So
Whoever gets the most votes, simple as.
We'll still take Pavan's vote.
And we'll take even for say Siddharth.
But if he doesn't,
what if he evens out then?
no, then this vote gets the precedent.
Okay.
Okay. So that there we go with. Also, what we're going to do, this is the format that we'll follow. Let's try and pick the 4 foreigners first. Then it will be easier for us to make the decision. Because what will happen is we start debating about a player without fully knowing who you've got in mind to put your 4th foreigner. Right? And we have to get the balance. You need to have 3 fast bowling options, proper one. If you've gone with a makeshift fast bowling option, then you need to have a 4th fast bowling option to cover that, and 2 spinners. Right? So we have to get the balance right. We have to get the 4 players right, 4 foreigners right, and that's the way we do it. Okay?
So for foreigners, then if we have to go, I remember all of us had Malinga.
Let's have Malinga. Okay, so let's go to number 11. Good point,
Yeah.
Shayne, making it easy. Let's go to number 11 and write Lasith Malinga.
Because the top will be an issue.
Yeah. Number 11, just put Malinga.
We'll go descending.
No, but you have to keep writing iske upar, Pavan, after that.
And put 11 in numerals, it will be easier.
Yeah. Yeah, and take it a bit low. Just enter it.
Just go upper.
Not from there, from the 11.
From 11, from 11, keep hitting
and
enter.
now.
Keep hitting enter.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've got Malinga at, what was the other foreigner that we all agreed on?
I think Gale would win out based on vote, because 3 of us have him.
Okay.
We're counting Siddharth's 11 as well.
No, Siddharth's not here to vote. No, because what if we have changed his mind? So voting is here.
Oh! Then Gale still wins.
So
Yeah.
you both are going with Gale.
Yeah.
So then he'll have to come. Pavan, you have to give a vote. Not that
Who's your pick?
Rohit and Virat.
I had gone with Rohit and Virat, but if you had to pick,
No doubt Gale.
So Gale gets the win.
I'm completely
So number 1 Gale.
voted out. So yeah, number 1 can then be Chris Gale.
Okay.
Christopher Henry.
So you've got 2 foreigners already.
That reminds me of someone.
2 foreigners already, right?
Yeah.
Now that means Warner might miss out.
Yeah, he most likely would. Very surprising.
Let's see. You would have voted for a Warner.
I will vote for a Warner.
I do not. I will vote for
I'm
Kohli.
also not voting for Warner.
Second opener has to be Kohli for me. I think we went out there.
we'll get to that. We'll get to so since you've not got enough votes, Warner misses out. Let's go one by one. You have to get in the votes. There is the ABD there.
ABD I think was consistent for you and me.
Yes.
He didn't vote.
So his vote doesn't.
Pavan.
Pavan, what do you think? ABD, does he? Pavan also votes for ABD.
Has
So
to
ABD
be.
comes in.
Number
Just
4
at
then
number
ABD.
4, just write ABD. Okay, number 4 we've got ABD.
Has to be there.
Okay, so now your 3 foreigners are done. Now you've
Rashid then?
You've got a Rashid, you've got a Pollard, you've got a Russell.
You got a
Narayan.
Narayan. So you have very, very varied options over there.
Yeah, but we'll have to.
I think we'll have to wait for that one, because again we'll have to look at let's say,
we'll have
the
to-
team combination, how many paces are we actually getting, so that then
So
makes
if that's
us
the case, nobody now can put in a foreigner for the batting positions, right?
Yeah.
There's no slot left.
No slots left.
Yes.
So okay, fine, we can go
You're
in order.
possibly just looking at let's say somebody at 7, 8 now. That's the
Can
slot
you
you're looking at.
cut full frame beach way so that they know as well how our team is shaping up.
Can we just push this upper the head?
The headline.
Yeah.
So this is the team, the way it's looking at the moment. So we've got 3 foreigners, and if you can just write in front of the foreigners, you can't make the
Aeroplane.
But you
airplane sign, but just
make an
write
asterisk.
or yeah, just put an asterisk.
Asterisk.
That will also do.
Shift 8.
Yeah. Wow, Shayne. Awesome.
Wow. Yeah.
Shift 8.
Shift 8.
I knew all about shift F3.
No, number 8. 8, Baba. 8. Number 8. Yeah, there we go.
Well, just put this in brackets.
No, it's okay.
No, just keep it next to his name. It's fine.
This is also good. Yeah, this is also
Same for ABD and Lasith.
Yeah.
So that way we know these are our
So
3
3
foreign
foreigners
players.
that have come out of our voting.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 slot we've left because we're still. Yeah, just take Gale and all a bit upper.
We can take Raina at 3. All of us brought in Raina.
Okay, shall we?
And it was there
Raina
in
was
Siddharth as
consistent.
well,
So
yeah.
Raina comes in at 3. Okay, that's consistent. Now see, we all had Virat. Now there is no slot then left for Virat.
He'll have to
Number 2,
open then.
he has to open.
He'll have to open.
So
then.
we all agree. All 3 votes up for Virat there. So done. So that's our team shaping up. Now come to 5.
This is where things get a bit.
Okay. Let's go to now 10 and put Jasprit
Jasprit
Bumrah.
Bumrah.
No, 1 second. Let's go to 10. Did we all pick Yuzi Chahal?
3 of us
Yeah.
did.
Three of
No.
us did.
3 of us. So
Bas
10
hai.
put Chahal.
Put
So
Yuzi
10 and
Chahal.
9 we know.
Yeah, Chahal comes in at
And 9 is Bumrah.
Bumrah.
Yeah, 9 is Bumrah. Why I said let's put Chahal at 10 because batting order Bumrah is
Would be ahead of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
better. So
Better.
Bumrah comes in there. Well, I think all of us had agreed.
Thank God he didn't misspell Bumrah.
Okay, so now we've got just put in those numbers. So we need
A 5, 6, 7, 8.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you need another fast bowler, my friends. So one option could be a Hardik Pandya,
Hardik.
or you go with a foreigner.
Or a Pollard /
Yeah.
Russell, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm going with Hardik.
I'll
just
also
for
go
the
with
balance.
Hardik because I think I need either a Nareen or a Rashid.
Yeah,
Whatever
you need
we
that
are-
one spinner.
Yeah.
So
I am-
then I think Pawan has the casting vote.
So who you going with? Sorry, are you going with a Pollard or are you going with Hardik? We've gone with Hardik for the third fast bowling option that I need because I'd rather not get a foreigner now.
Which is going to
I'm not too sure of having Hardik.
Okay, Pawan.
There we go.
Pawan's gone with Hardik. So Hardik, put in him 5.
Number 5.
We can move him 5, 6, whatever.
Ha.
Depending, but right now just put him at 5. So then now you've got your 3 fast bowlers done in Malinga, Bumrah, Hardik.
Yeah.
Your 1 spinner is done in Yuzi Chahal for now. We have to look for another spinner and we need a few more batters. Right, so...
But what this does is again, you may not now be looking at an all-rounder, a fast bowling all-rounder, that too a foreigner now. So Russell, Pollard are effectively out of the scheme now.
Yes,
Correct.
Yes. Now you need actually
Number 6 has to be MS.
No, actually,
yeah,
MS was all of our captains also, so put
Yeah.
MS.
Apologies for that.
Yeah, Dhoni has to be C and WK.
Dhoni and
CWK.
Has to be. Brackets.
C bracket and WK bracket.
C and WK. And in the ampersand.
Yeah. So he's done.
He has to be there.
Yeah.
He was one unanimous choice for everyone.
So now you
Absolutely.
can actually fit in two. You can fit in another all-rounder at 7.
You actually can bring in a foreigner still.
And
If you
can
know,
be a
you have two
finisher.
spinners.
Can be a finisher. Again, of
No, you don't have
course,
two
MS.
spinners.
No, you don't.
So you need a
So,
spinner.
so what you could do, okay, now the option is what you could do is bring in, let's say, a Pollard at 7, but then you miss out on a
Rashid.
Nareen or a Rashid.
Yeah. Or you could bring in a Jadeja.
And then at 8, then
Have
you
a
can-
Pollard or a Rashid.
I'll-
A Pollard or a Narayan.
I'll go with Jadeja at
No,
7.
Russell.
No, so you could get, see, the thing is you got 3 fast bowlers, you don't have 3 spinners. Raina in IPL may not be the third spinner. You may want another spinner. You've got Chahal and we will either go with a Nareen or a
Jadeja.
Rashid. So leave that spot at 7 and 8 we have to do. Yeah, I think Jadeja.
Jadeja was a common consensus
Jadeja.
pick.
Yeah, I hadn't picked him,
Ah,
but I guess you.
We had, and now
Siddharth also
Pawan.
did, I remember.
Jadeja makes your 11.
Will you go for a Pollard as an all-rounder and then a Indian spinner, or will you go for one of Rashid or Nareen and then pick a Indian spinner in Jadeja?
I would go with Rashid.
Rashid. So okay, put Jadeja then at 7. Because you want, so then that's your. There is a Ravichandran Ashwin also to be considered. His numbers aren't bad.
Yeah.
So Ashwin now has also batted at number 3.
But you don't
for
have a
Rajasthan
slot
Royals.
now for him.
Yeah, you don't.
Instead of Jadeja, I would say.
I would still
Just
pick Jadeja.
spicy things
Ashwin is the 5th highest wicket taker, my friend.
Yes.
The history of the IPL. Now bats at number 3 sometime for Rajasthan Royals.
And retires out sometimes.
Okay, no, but okay. Just throwing in a name. Fine. Jadeja at 7, so I'll concede that.
So you can actually pick a.
Yeah, now you have to. We kept that one spot. So now the decision is between a Rashid or a Nareen. Who are you going to go with?
Pollard?
Or a Pollard, but you now, would you need those many fast bowlers?
I am.
Because
You
you
got
But remember, we were going with 3. I had 3 and you said it was light.
He
So
was-
you need a 4th. You can actually go with a Pollard.
And also Pollard
But
again,
I am
a
not-
better
I'm
finisher,
not
a
making
better finisher than Rashid.
Yes, but my batting is done. I need a bowler who. I mean, Rashid is the first name I'm writing in my T20 team. Any team that.
So then if you're going foreign spinner, then it's between Rashid and.
Nareen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what you.
I pick Sunil. Has to be
This-
Sunil for me.
Anyway, the choice is either you go with a Pollard, you go with a Rashid, or you go to Nareen. Up to you guys. I'm going with Rashid. I said earlier.
Narayan, sticking with my pick.
I'm not picking a.
So it's between Harjit and Pawan now. Who goes where?
I think I'll go with Pollard.
You're going with Pollard.
So now casting vote is Pawan's.
Casting vote is Pawan's.
Because we've all picked different players.
I've already told Rashid Khan.
He's not
Ayyo.
picking. Yeah, he actually had said before.
Rashid.
That forget everyone else.
Then forget everyone. Rashid, I think.
Rashid, it is Pawan, the producer. First time your vote has had
that much of an impact.
Because it was the first time we had a three-way split.
Yeah, this is a clear split.
Other times we've had two people.
And an asterisk over there.
Asterisk in front of Rashid.
Rashid, yeah.
Because that's our 4 foreigners.
That, ladies and gentlemen, Rashid ke aage just put
an asterisk for Rashid.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Sports Today all-time 11 that we have picked after doing a democratic voting procedure, and this is the most agreeable team that we.
It's a very good 11.
With. It actually is a very good 11. Dare I say, it's also looking better than some very high-profile 11s that have been picked in the.
You know what's ironic? The high-profile 11s were people got irritated because there was no Rohit.
But I got no. I agree that I would not play Rohit ahead of a Warner and a Gale. I agree that. But when I was making my 11, why I got a Rohit? As I was saying,
slots.
My gaps, there was no way I was leaving a ABD or a Rashid or a Lasith Malinga. And so if I've got these three, what do? I don't have too many slots left for foreigners, and I needed a Pollard to bring in that balance.
Yeah.
The only way I could have got a Warner Gale is remove Pollard, but then my fast bowlers weren't enough. So that's why I went with. So but that's the issue. You look at plugging. It's not an ideal thing when you have restrictions like 4 foreigners. Then you have to see, okay, where can the damage is less. Where can I do that? And that's what you do. And you pick it. So this is what we've picked. Do let us know what you think of it. It cannot be 100% perfect. I can't think of anyone who will not have a problem because everyone has their own likes. Amongst ourselves, we had disagreements in picking, but at least this is the one that went voting wise, as it happens in a democratic setup. So we've done that. Do let us know in the comment section what you think of it. Maybe we have time to take a few quick comments as to what people may have said about our 11. We'll take those.
Let's see.
Not a bad 11, you're right. Siddharth, unlucky bum.
Amit Mishra.
Okay, Aman Tripathi.
According to 10th standard mathematics and statistics, it was taught to us to find mean performance. 2-3 dip seasons can't rule out the legacy of Rohit Sharma. Most number of man of the matches in IPL, defeated MS in all finals. Best 11 has to have best captain. Ooh.
I had him, Aman. My two colleagues just did this. But you're right, his numbers have begun to look bad because of the last 2-3
They've begun to look terrible because of the last 2-3 years.
But even then he stays there.
Yeah.
He's right up there despite having that. Earlier he was outstanding. And remember, most of his career when he started initially, he was a number 5-6 batter. Yes. So he's getting his runs there. But yeah, good point, Aman. Shubham Garg says KL has better average strike rate than Rohit and Kohli.
But lack of impact, really.
Yeah, and also,
lack of impact.
Yeah. And I mean, has had lesser years. Even the larger macro number makes a big
maybe now after this season he could be, let's say, auditioning for those number 5, number 6 slots now as he wants to do now.
Piyush Landre has a question. Please answer. What about Riyan Parag? You guys did not discuss it.
In another world.
5 years down the line, 6 years.
Yeah, he could very well be there.
He's been outstanding.
Right now,
he was good in the Ranji
also. Yeah.
Okay, Sanket Joshi say, hey guys, catching you after a long time.
Hello, Sanket.
Why? Where were you, man?
He interacts on DMs on Insta, but that's the extent of it.
Yeah. Anshu Mishra says, Nikhil sir, I saw your interview with legend AB de Villiers, my all-time favorite cricketer and journalist together. Wow, man. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Wait, go slightly up. Someone has a troll 11. I really want to read that.
Okay. Troll 11?
Yeah. Because it's pretty obviously trolly. Just go up. Yeah. Where did it go? Go. No, where is it?
Okay, one more. Karthik's comment. Just go up.
Karthik
we missed that. From the US, Karthik joins us. He says, Rohit Sharma is MJ of IPL. List without him is LOL. Take that, Shayne.
Is he the MJ?
Dias and Harjit Ahuja.
Is he the MJ though?
Rohit Sharma. Anyway, that's his opinion. But Vansh Jain is laughing. MJ of IPL.
Yeah, MJ is a bit much.
He didn't enjoy that comment. Michael Jordan.
Go down, scroll slightly down.
By
That's
the
the
way,
comment.
there's a story about
Oh, it's
Michael
Piyush
Jordan.
Nandre only.
You guys haven't checked that out. Please do.
Piyush Nandre only was making a funny 11,
Okay.
saying Akash Chopra as an opener, Chiteshwar Pujara with him,
No.
Aaron Finch. He's put Liam Livingston for some reason, but Livingston's done okay in the IPL. Parag, Bini, Ashok Dinda, Jaydev Unatkar, Tim Saudi, Chris Jordan and Sunny Gupta.
Sunny Gupta. I would never forget that name.
For poor Morne Mokil.
Morne Mokil.
Also, what is it with Morne Mokil and randomly getting displaced? Happened in the semi-final also 2015.
Ah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe. Kanav Kapoor's got his. He's got Gale, Kohli, Raina, ABD, Dhoni as captain, Pollard, Jadeja, Malinga, Bumrah, Chahal, Shami. Shami is an interesting
Shami is an interesting shout.
Yeah.
Impact-wise, yeah, definitely up there.
Yep.
True.
Okay, to be very honest, everyone sees Rohit in IPL based on his recent performance, Nishant Thakur is saying, but till 2016, Rohit was a better batter of IPL along with Raina. He had most man of the matches as an Indian and has most runs at 4, which is
Valid
again a
point.
Yeah, it's a valid point.
But again, Rohit Sharma, again, as we've been saying, again, we all know that he started batting in the middle order, then graduated to becoming an opener. As an opener, again, you're looking, because number 4, it's again, as has been discussed as well, it's either ABD or Surya you're looking at the moment.
Or Raina.
Or Raina filling in 4 or 5. That's why you're not looking at Rohit now. And as a captain, right up top, you have better options to look at. So that's where he misses out.
Yep. Sai Srivastav says Warner is greater than Gale. I get the impact, but fielding, captaincy, won a title. Good point, Sai. But I think that impact-wise, no, strike rate also there's a difference. Warner is very good at 140, but Gale's almost touching 150. But can I tell you, it's a very close shot. I wouldn't.
No wrong answers there.
Actually, to be honest, I wasn't picking either because of the team. But if I had to pick one, I may have picked Warner ahead of Gale. To be honest, I would have. But I was outvoted anyway. So, okay. There is Pavan Sonavane. He says Rohit Sharma has most number of player of the matches awards and Rohit Sharma has most runs at number 4 in the history of the IPL. Also 6 titles. Yeah, but I think we
discussed that.
Yeah. Piyush Nandre has got his team. Kohli, Warner, Raina, De Villiers, Pollard, Dhoni, Jadeja, Bravo, Bhuvi.
Good 11.
Yeah.
Good 11.
Pretty much is the one that we.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay. GDK says that it's a team sport, so we should not include players who haven't won trophies.
No, that's a wrong one. If you go by that logic, then Manvinder Bisla is your opener, yeah? What nonsense.
Naughty.
You can't go by that, yeah? Just because team sport, this is like the same thing people would say, okay, if Ronaldo, Messi don't win an international trophy, then their legacies were tarnished.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
Messi did not win the World Cup.
Or
the greatest 11, there's no way.
Exactly, it does not matter at all. You can't count that because you'll have the most sometimes no-hopper players who just happen to be in the right team at the right time who'll have that medal winner. But would you say that they are a better player than...
Yeah, Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz has a Champions League win. That doesn't mean he's better than,
Okay, final comment, and this is from Siddharth. He says, Nikhil sir, making an all-time 11, you can't look balanced critically as I was looking at the balance of my team. He says, Gale or Warner just cannot be.
But you have to be looking at the balance. If you only have 4 foreigners, then the balance needs to be looked at. Yeah. If you didn't have that restriction, it's a different ballgame.
Easy. The team would have been very
Then there would have been no debate.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, thank you so much for your company. I'm so glad we finally did get that 11 out.
As I said,
monkey of the back.
Clear the back. I hope you enjoyed it. Do give us a like if you did. Join us tomorrow for another edition of the Dugout. Meanwhile, take care. Have a good Monday, and have a good week going ahead. Tuesday we see you again. Bye bye. Good night. Vanakkam. Nandri.
Shubhratri. Shab Bakhair.
Eat your vegetables.
Just don't.
Just don't.
You know what.